The Quranly app. Subscription cheaper than Netflix, encouraging Quran reading, modern, engaging and fun. Download it today. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of
Jannah.
Hindus and Muslims, Indians and Pakistanis have been living in harmony in the UK since I can remember. In fact, if you were brown and you joined a new school, you would naturally gravitate towards the other brown folk, regardless of whether they were Sikh, Indian, Pakistani, Hindus, Muslims, whatever you want to call it, mate, because you naturally felt like you belonged and you felt safe. I think that's even the case now. I see so many groups mixed with Sikhs, Pakistanis, Indians, and if we look at their faiths, Sikh, Muslim, Hindu. However, since the BJP has been ruling over India, they are the extreme right-wing Hindu nationalist party that has been sowing dissent and hatred between the Hindus and the Muslims just for votes and power, mate.
Muslims do not deserve equal rights to apply for citizenship.
There's no such thing as equal rights. They're not in an equal category.
These guys are so filthy, mate. If I was to even show a few clips of what is happening in Modi's India, mate, the video would be flagged. They would not even deem the video to be suitable to go out. In fact, if you compare, I can't even use this, even if you compare the ideology of the current BJP, which is mapped on the RSS, and the old German folk that did the old, you know what I mean, of the other ethnic minorities, then you won't find much difference, mate. In fact, they look up to them. But the point here is, thanks to social media, that hate that's concentrated in that country over there is now being exported elsewhere. We see this online because naturally India and China hold the largest populations of any country on the planet. So naturally their voice will be louder than others. But what's interesting is last year, in around September time, they exported that hate here in the UK, more specifically Leicester. Yes, we saw violence and riots on the street. Even the think tanks that are biased towards Muslims here were siding with the Muslims against the Hindutva ideology. Naturally at that time, because of the voice and the influence of the Indian media, and of course India, because countries and state leaders won't speak out because India is a large economical market. If you cheese them off, mate, you are cutting off a large economic benefit to your country, mate. And naturally, because people care, not in terms of morals, even though they like to preach that, but they do it based on economy and what's good for their country, mate. Their national interest, as they say.
Let me be absolutely clear. We have acted because it is in our national interest to do so.
So naturally the voice of the Muslims was suppressed. However, now we have the smoking gun. We have evidence. This came out in the Daily Mail. Just bear with me here. And they said, the Mail on Sunday revealed that elements close to the BJP are suspected of having incited British Hindus to confront Muslim youths. The security source pointed to WhatsApp groups that were used to rally up these, they call them Pajits. Now, I said this before and I'll say it again. Hate does not discriminate. If you don't stop it, especially now that the world is a global village, if you do not stop it, it will find its way to your door. And if you look and you type in Smile to Jannah in India, I've been covering the hate that's been brewing in India for quite some time, mate. And people are just, it's just over there, mate. But you don't understand. Whatever's there will eventually make it over here. They laughed at China and said, look, they got facial recognition technologies and they track people on the streets and look how authoritarian they are. And now in Western countries, they use exactly the same technology. And what was the reason for Modi's BJP to interfere here in the UK? It was to show the Hindus of the world that your savior is me, Mr. Modi, mate. So this was quite interesting for those people that were sitting on the fence and those people that were going like, where did this come from? Like, why did it happen? I mean, come on. We understand that there are proxy wars. This may not necessarily be a proxy war against another country, but it is towards another faith, another belief. And this is how countries function nowadays. Unless you look at Ukraine and Russia, wars aren't necessarily happening by countries on a specific battlefield. They are happening via computer programming. They are happening via proxies. If, for example, I disagree with Ali and somebody hates Ali, what I will do is I will support that person against Ali without it being known to the masses that it's me actually that's fighting against Ali. It's obvious that it's me funding that guy to fight Ali, but on paper it seems like it's that bloke right there. I hope you guys have benefited from this, and I hope you guys have heard of the news website I opened, s2jnews.com. We need one place that you can see Muslim news. It's regular, it's unfiltered, it's to the point, mate. Yeah, and that's exactly why I made s2jnews.com. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time, assalamu alaikum.